fact that this is also a small group study, and that ladies can gather together in a small group of ladies and interact with the material, both biblically and practically, because that's why we wrote it together. You know, I'm kind of focusing on the biblical part, and
not the woman
Chrystal,
part.
No,
That's a good thing.
It wasn't flowing from me. So I needed somebody who could feel it, so Chrystal comes along and she adds that feminine part in real time, realistic experiences and relevancy. And so I think women will be able to sit around a table, sit around some coffee and cookies and tea and be able to vibe with one another over the practical realities of what it means to be a woman, but the biblical hope of what it means to be a kingdom woman. And I think that will add a uniqueness to the study surrounding kingdom.
And that's a great idea, because if you look at women traditionally, women had that before technology took over our lives. You know, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, women were together. They raised their kids together. They prepared meals together. They just hung out together a lot more than they do today, when you just simply put your garage door opener up and go in the house and get going on all the chores. And so that kind of curriculum study helps women connect.
It does. My grandmother used to lean outside of her window when she wanted to have a conversation with her friend next door. And we just don't have that. In the last couple of years, I've had the blessing of being able to live next door to my sister. So I've been able to experience a little bit more of what that might be like. But I tell you, these small group studies where you have a reason to gather around and discuss, not just to have fellowship, but also to say, hey, you know, what is God's hope for me? You know, at a real high level, a real broad level, what is God's hope for me? And to be vulnerable enough to share that with other women, and then to be challenged with the idea of, now that you know that, what are you going to do about it?
You know, the strength of women, too, is that ability to connect. There's been many books written about it, Mars and Venus and spaghetti and waffles. You know, just the women's brains are so interconnected, men's brains are so compartmentalized. Men, Tony, when we get together, we want to do something, like go play a sport, go play golf. And a man can go play golf all day with another guy and get back, and his wife will say, how's Betty, his wife, the guy you played golf with? And he'll go, I don't know, we never talked about it.
Didn't even know he was married.
You know, right, exactly. It is such a weird thing. Men just do stuff, and we don't necessarily connect. Women need that, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had women's groups in my home, and we have husbands that are calling for their wives. Where are you? You should be home by now. Because we're just so excited to get together and have the experience to share. And this is another opportunity to do that.
Well, one of Chrystal's roles here is helping my wife in the women's ministry. And that also intersects with our small group ministry. So she's actively involved in connecting women with other women, women with other needs. And it's exciting to see women bond with one another so naturally and helping one another. It's a fight to get men to do that, because being vulnerable and being a man, they don't equal, okay? But being vulnerable and being a woman, well, that really facilitates.
That's a party.
So that's a party, that's right. So they love having these parties, and so I think this book will facilitate that. I mean, we talk about things like the significance of a woman, the faith of a woman, the strength of a woman, the impact of a woman, the excellence of a woman, the commitment of a woman. I mean, it is, women will feel valued. They will feel like God values me, so you should too. So I think it will be a building up exercise.
I feel a roar coming up in my spirit right now.